Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. In this video, we are learning about loss functions in deep learning. Now, let's start the video. What is loss function? A loss function is a mathematical function which measures the difference between the actual output and the predicted output. In simple terms, a loss function quantifies how wrong a neural network's predictions are compared to the actual ground truth. Mathematically, if y equals to actual value and y cap is the predicted value generated by our model, the loss function between them is like this. If the loss is small, the prediction is good. If the loss is large, the prediction is bad. The ultimate goal of training a neural network is to minimize this loss value as close to 0. Now let's see why loss functions are extremely important. Loss functions help to evaluate models' performance because they can measure how accurate or inaccurate the predictions are. They can enable backpropagation. That means backpropagation uses the loss value to calculate the gradients. They help to improve learning because the loss value tells the neural network how much improvement is required. Parameters optimization. The parameters such as weights and biases are updated to minimize the loss. It enhances predictions accuracy as reducing loss means improving the model's performance. Hence, due to these reasons, loss functions are very important. Types of loss functions. Loss functions are mainly divided into two categories. One is regression losses and another is classification losses. Now let's learn about regression losses first. Regression loss functions. They are used when predicting continuous values such as house prices, sales forecasting, and so on. Regression loss functions are mean squared error (MSE), mean absolute error (MAE), Hoover loss. Now let's discuss each of them. Mean squared error or MSE. MSE squares the difference between the predicted and the actual values and averages them. It gives more importance to large error. The equation of MSE is like this, where n is the total number of data points in the dataset, yi represent the actual target value for the ith data point, and y cap I represent the predicted value for the ith data point generated by the regression model. For example, if the actual value is 10, prediction value is 8, then we calculate error by 10 minus 8 equals to 2, and if we square them we get the 4 and we get the MSE that is equals to 4. Advantages of MSE. It is widely used, it is easy to calculate, and it has smooth optimization. Disadvantages are it is sensitive to outliers and there is loss of interpretability. Mean absolute error (MAE). MAE takes the average of the absolute difference between the predicted values and the actual observed values. It is more robust to outliers than MSE. The equation for MAE is like this, where n is the total number of data points in the dataset, yi represent the actual target value for the ith data, y cap I represent the predicted value for the ith data point. For example, if the actual value is 10 and our predicted value is 8, then we calculate MAE by the absolute difference between the 10 minus 8 and we get the result 2. Advantage is it is less affected by outliers or lot of noise. It is easy interpretation. Disadvantages. It has lack of sensitivity to small errors. It treats same to all of the errors. Next is Hoover loss. It combines the advantages of both MSE and MAE, and it provides robustness against outliers while maintaining the stable learning. It combines like MSE for small errors and MAE for the large errors. Among the type of loss function, we are now discussing about the classification loss. Classification loss functions are used when predicting categories such as spam or not spam, dogs or cat, or disease detection. The type of classification loss functions are binary cross entropy, categorical cross entropy, sparse categorical cross entropy. Now let's discuss each of them. Now let's discuss binary cross entropy. Binary cross entropy loss is also called as the log loss. It is used for the binary classification task. It is used if there are two classes such as true or false or yes or no. It measures the dissimilarity between the actual binary labels and the predicted probabilities. The equation for BCE is like this, where y is the actual binary label which can be either 0 or the 1, and y cap is the predicted probability that the given data point belongs to the positive class. For example, if the actual value is 1 and prediction is 0.9, there is a small loss because the prediction is close. The applications are fraud detection, disease prediction, and so on. Another is we have categorical cross entropy. It is used when there are multiple classes such as categorizing images into tigers, lions, or birds. The equation for this is like this, where y is one hot encoded vector representing the true class labels. Y cap is a vector representing the predicted class probabilities. For example, if we predict tiger, lion, and bird, and the model output we get tiger equals to 0.8, lion equals to 0.1, bird equals to 0.1. So loss will be small because the correct class has high probability. The applications are object recognition, image classification. Sparse categorical cross entropy. It is same as categorical cross entropy, but the labels are integers instead of one hot vectors. This loss function is good when each data point belongs to one and only one class, and it is more memory efficient. Now let's summarize all of the loss functions. MSE, it is used for regression. MAE, it is also used for regression. Huber loss, it is used for regression. Binary cross entropy, it is used for binary classification. Categorical cross entropy, it is used for multi-class classification. And sparse categorical cross entropy, it is also used for multi-class classification. So these are some of the loss functions and their uses. Implementation of loss functions. Step 1 is the input data. First, collect all the input data. Step 2, forward pass. Pass the input data through the neural network layers to generate a prediction. Step 3 is calculating loss. This is we feed both the generated predicted values and actual output into appropriate loss functions to compute the error. Step 4 is the backpropagation. That is to compute the gradient of the loss functions with respect to the model's weight. Step 5 is to update the parameters. The optimizer, such as Adam, read these gradients and adjust the model's internal weights to lower the loss for the next round. Step 6 is to continue these steps until the loss becomes small. So this is how we implement loss functions in deep learning. Now let's see simple example of implementing loss function in Python. And let's use here mean squared error. So mean squared error. Let's say calculation. So let's import the library, import numpy as np, and we will give the actual values, and let's say y equals to true equals to np dot array, and then we give the values like 14, 16, 31, and then we close this. So this is the ground truth values, and next we have to give is predicted values, and then we can write y pred equals to np dot array, and then I'll give the value like 16, 14, and then 30, and okay. So these are the predictions made by the model, predicted value. And now let's calculate the MSE. So calculating MSE, that is mean squared error. So we have formula MSE equals to np dot mean, and I will write y true minus y pred, and then we squared this, and let's do this. So here first there is the error calculation, and there is the process of squaring the errors, and the formula np dot mean, it calculates the mean of the values. So with this formula we calculate the MSE. Now let's print this. Print let's say mean squared error, and then MSE. Let's run. So here the mean squared error is 3. Hence this is how we implement MSE loss function in Python. In the same way we can do for our other loss functions too. Now let's see the advantages of loss functions. It enables learning as it provides feedback for improvement. It measures prediction accuracy as it quantifies how wrong the model is. It supports backpropagation as it is used to calculate gradients. It optimizes the parameters such as it updates weights. Summary. Okay, this was for loss function. We learned that a loss function measures the difference between the actual and the predicted outputs. It acts as the feedback mechanism for neural networks. Regression tasks mostly use MSE, MAE and Hoover loss. Classification tasks commonly use binary cross entropy and categorical cross entropy. Backpropagation uses the loss value to calculate gradient and update its weights. The main goal of training is to minimize the loss function. Hence, we can say a loss function tells the neural network how far it is from the correct answer and guides the learning process for better predictions. Okay, that's all for this episode. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next tutorial.